Hello, my dear friends. Today we have yet another topper in our Toppers Talk. Today we have Ashish with us, and we will try to know that how Ashish has made into the NABARD 2024 select list. And with this, I would like to introduce Ashish, who belongs to Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, right? And we have heard so many stories recently due to that movie, right? Due to Chhatrapati Sambhaji, how courageous he was. So we will know the courageous story of Ashish also today, how he had made into, he was suffering from some sort of right fever, and also he was saying that even though with limited time he has how he has prepared the thing, and with his courage and determination only he has got into NABARD 2024. So with all this, I would like to invite in today's Toppers Talk Ashish with us. My heartiest congratulations to you, Ashish, for making it to NABARD 2024.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a nice introduction. And yeah, I from 2023, I was following you and your guidance, and only that made a difference in my preparation. What I think from all the perspective, and
Right, right.
moreover, sir, there are various strategies that I would also like to share with you.
Definitely. Definitely, we'd like to hear from you because your advice would definitely help many of the candidates. Now you belong to engineering degree, that too, I think from instrumentation engineering, right, Ashish?
Yes, sir.
So first of all, what motivated you to come into this preparation line of NABARD from engineering field and instrumentation engineering? What right motivated you to come towards NABARD?
Sir, while engineering, like when I was studying my engineering, there was always a feeling of giving back to the society, and
Hmm.
that was the only reason why I chose to first prepare for civil services. And
Hmm.
that civil services journey also helped me to come
Yes.
into this preparation thing of NABARD. So yeah, and the other thing is that my parents are also into government services, so there was always a touch. When
Hmm.
you say that you always see some public servant working, and I
Hmm.
see that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that also motivated me.
Right, right, right. That's the story. Now, coming on to the preparation of this examination, what students would be interested to hear from you. Phase one and phase two of the examination, two parts are there, then interviews there, that is also important. So, if you can just step by step, we can discuss. First, we can discuss the phase one, the qualifying, then qualifying. Uh, you have given the last year also, you have given this year also. So, what was the difference means between the two attempts, and how do you analyze both the performances? And how improvement has actually happened this year?
Okay. So, sir, actually, I wrote the prelims last year as well, and this year as well. And the only thing that I followed was I didn't do anything very differently. I just followed what you said to me in back in 2023. I remember you told me to attempt power play test. The ones for ESI and for ARD as well. So I just attempted them. First, I was not, I didn't study anything from PIB while attempting those tests, and this was a strategy that you gave to me. You told me to just attempt the test and don't think that your syllabus is still remaining to be covered and all. So I just did that. First the marks were less at first, and afterwards the improvement starts happening. And the most important thing that I think that for phase one of this examination is to do is that attempt test. It won't happen like that you do your thing, you get up in the morning, you go to the exam hall, and then you just choose right questions. That is not going to happen. So you just need to train yourself to give the test, attempt the test as much as you can, and that is the only thing. And the other thing is that you should choose right questions. Choosing right questions also depends on how much test you have attempted earlier. Many people fall trap to those non-merit sections of reasoning and quant, I would say. But you just need to choose right questions. Like if there are 20 questions, you just need to find three or four important questions that are very easy to attempt, and that will serve the purpose. So that is the only thing. Rest your notes are also good for phase one. I don't think anyone from a non-agriculture background will find it very difficult to go through those notes if they are you're following the lectures as well. You always tell that you first follow the lecture and then go through the notes, and that is the thing that one should do, I think. So following test series properly, choosing right questions, and going through the lectures nicely is the only key strategy, I would say. So that is the only thing.
Okay, so for prelims, your mindset is clear that we have to be selective, right, with the things what we select to opt it. We should limit the things and we should do as many times as possible, right? No need to do a lot of things. And solving question is a better way to, right, pass on to the phase two of the examination by passing the phase one of the examination. That
Yes.
is a good thing. Now, once the phase one is over, right, the phase two is also there, and in between the time span is less, not much,
Yeah.
right, between the two phases of the examination. So, what was your take like phase one, phase two? You're preparing right from the starting only for the phase two, or you have taken a phase two preparation after phase one? How was your overall itinerary for the preparation of the phase two?
Okay, sir. So ideally, a candidate should first prepare for phase two, and then she should go or he should go for phase two of the examination. Like after that, sir, I think that phase two of the examination is too much subjective because there is a lot of subjective element in that, and for that you need a deeper understanding into various topics that are given in the syllabus. Also, the objectives that come in the phase two are little more in depth. That I would say, so you need a in-depth study about that. And as you mentioned that the time span between phase one and phase two is less, so therefore we need to study it before phase one, ideally. But again, in my case, I was not in very well condition during my entire examination span. My health was not that good, so I just skipped on to many days, and then I start preparing for phase two. But we can ace phase two even if we are starting after phase one. In some certain cases it is not advisable as by anyone as to anyone, but again we can do that. And made some notes. I made some notes and I want to share them with you all. See, these kinds of notes you can make on your phone. So these are the notes on fisheries, and I've just made them on my phone because I was unable to sit on table and all. So that thing, so you can you can invent your innovative methods to study, but only the thing is that you should cover entire syllabus. The other thing is that the NABARD syllabus is given on their website, and in the notification also it comes. So you what you need to do is you make short notes on every point. uh, there are innumerable points and you should make short notes on them. Short notes in the sense you should write some data points and all on that. This year one question came regarding horticulture and its supply chain thing and all. So that question I solved it using my notes because I have made the short notes on that topic. So it happens most of the notes that are provided by you are sufficient, and they are good for deeper understanding for any candidate. But again, you should put an extra effort, I would say, in the limited time, and that will help you to sail through. That's it.
That is a good thing, and the way you have shown that notes to us now in your phone, I think that becomes handy also for many of the aspirants, those who are working, right? While traveling, also they can just have a look, and those points on the plays one extra point, two extra point, if you can remember, that plays a very right definite role in the selection process. So
Yeah.
that's a very good thing you have shown to Ashish, and many of the working aspirants, those who are preparing this year, they will try to implement it, and that will really help them too. Since you told that you have slight UPSC background also, and many students have a fear of writing the descriptive, right, for the phase two. So, what advice, with your understanding of UPSC and with your understanding of NABARD, what advice would you like to give to the candidates who are preparing for the descriptive paper of the phase two?
Okay. So, sir, whatever I have observed, according to me, I think that in NABARD as such, the content what you write is important. But again, the drafting of the content and the grammatical form of your content, that is equally important. Here, if you are making any grammatical mistakes in your content, it will be punished. In UPSC, it might not be punished. Their only content is on the king, but here the content as well as the grammatical errors as well as the drafting style in which you are acting, like you are writing in points or not, you are, how is your answer, is it readable or not for people. If you are writing in paragraphs and all, then the examiner will find it very boring to read it. So that is also one thing. So you should try to write in good points, like point wise format. You should also try to minimize the grammatical error, and you should also keep in mind that content is also very important in this. So for that you should do practice. And the daily initiatives that you have started on your Telegram channel, I've seen that. So one can also write over there. And one more thing, you should see the toppers copy of UPSC aspirants. There on various websites of Vision IS and all, you can find the toppers copy of various aspirants. So please pick the GS paper 3 copy from there and go through the answer once. Don't go through the content, but just go through the style of how they are writing the answer. It might vary. You can take it with a pinch of salt, but again, that will give you an entire draft framework that how you need to write answers and all. If you are totally new to this preparation, so that is it. I think.
Right, I think that's a very good suggestion. And it will help many of the fresh aspirants, those who are preparing of the examination, they do not know how to write. जिन्होंने कभी लिखा ही नहीं, those who haven't written any time in their life, right? So that is a very good examination. Many UPSC websites have that, and they can scroll through that. What different UPSC aspirants are writing the GS3 paper. So definitely they will have an idea. That's a very good suggestion, Ashish. A new and innovative suggestion, I would say, that will help many of the aspirants for the preparation of the examination. Now, Ashish, one more part is there in this, which I think is the kingmaker for this examination, the objective of the phase two, ESI and ARD, the 50 marker what they are asking. Because subjective, they can score a little bit with some variation, but objective, if you don't score, you will be like washed away. You won't be getting the selection. So, how was your experience this year? The questions are slightly tough also in the phase two. So, how was your experience this year with the objective? And what suggestion would you give like to give to the candidates for the preparation of this objective paper of phase two?
So exactly, rightly you pointed out that the objective is a kingmaker, and last time I flunked objectives, so that was a very that was very hard learning for me to make objectives right. So this time what I did was I focused majorly on schemes relating to various tribal development and various environment related schemes as well, and other rural development ministry schemes. So fortunately, to my luck, what happened was in exam those schemes were more prevalent, and as you pointed out that this time's objective was little on tougher side. So there was a feeling I just saw the paper, and I just glanced through all the 20 questions of 2 marker. So I just glanced through all of them, and I found that it was fairly tough. So what I did was I just calmed down myself. I just pushed my seat like little backward, and then I saw everyone's faces. So they were all having same reaction. Like the paper was a little on tougher side. So I told to myself, okay, this is tough for everyone. Now let's do it. So that was the only thing. And see, in this kind of paper, what happens is, if we are not attempting the questions, then we will be losing anyway. But if we are attempting, then we have a chance to get selected. Like that is the only thing you should keep in your mind. So if you are not attempting the paper, you are so short, you are not into the select list. But you should take some risk, and that risk taking ability will only come through solving various kind of tests that you are putting. So that is the only thing. So I would not suggest to change the material seeing the this year's pattern, because the material should remain the same. Whatever you have in that question paper, that can be solved using this material only, but you just need to study it little deeply. You can go on some ministry's website to add on some things, but I don't think so that is also needed, because the lectures you took for schemes, that I remember you told everything in a lot of detail. I remember you told the company that manufactures the plastics for plastic culture and all, so that in that much depth I don't think you need to study anything else. So that is the thing.
Right. So again, a very good suggestion from you, Ashish, that you have to stick on to the base material, and the base material only gives you the idea, right, and gives you the courage to take risk in the examination.
Yeah.
If you keep on reading a lot of things, you will not develop that idea, right, how to take the risk, and your risk-taking capacity will not increase with a lot of stuff. But sticking on to the same thing and revising it plenty number of times, right, that would give you some idea. So that is very important point again, and that's a golden word I would say for all the fresh aspirants, right? Do not try to deviate or divert from your preparation strategy, observing the question, because you do not know every so many things are there. What you will read? अगर आप सब कुछ पढ़ोगे तो पढ़ते रह जाओगे. There is no end to that. So that is very important point, and I would say golden words from Ashish that you should stick on to it. Now, Ashish, the last stage of the examination interview again, right? And it's very important 50 marker. Being an engineer, how was your experience this year with the board?
Sir, the board is very cordial, I would say, but they don't show that cordiality in front of you. They won't grill you, and that is the only thing that they are cordial. In that thing only they are cordial. They won't grill you at all, but they will listen to you very calmly. But I would come in on to interview preparation, because personally for me, interview preparation was a little bit difficult. So yeah, because first of all, the I started a bit late because I had my brother's wedding, so I was into that, and after that I got the time, and then I started for preparing. So I made a lot of notes at first about myself. I went to the previous year transcripts, and then I jotted down the points that are asked to engineers, or that are asked to various candidates who have similar background as mine. So I did that. And after that, I came to know that there are few points that are being repeated. So I made notes out of them. Then I went through annual report as suggested by the sir you called for interview, the both of them. So they also told me that you should study the annual report thing and all. So I did that. But what happened was, earlier the interview I gave, the mock interview I attempted, they were quite good. The panel was very happy with me. The mock interview panel was very happy. You were also very happy with me. But later, what happened was, 4 days prior to interview, the sir told me that he gave me a very harsh feedback because I was blank at most of the times while speaking. When he was asking questions, although he was asking very related questions, but I was not able to tell the answer. I was not able to satisfy his demand. So so what he told me was, your preparation seems patchy. He just said that bluntly on my face. And only 4 days were remaining for interview. So I would say that was a very important feedback for me, because if he not given that feedback to me, I was just thinking that I am preparing on right way. I'm doing it very rightly. So I changed course of my preparation at that time. It shouldn't be done ideally, but what I did was I just made the notes a little bit shorter. The earlier the notes were of 50 pages. I just compressed them to 4 pages, and then I studied the annual report very nicely. I also made notes of annual report and then revised them multiple times. Then you took my interview, and you told me that you will be asked this kind of questions. So you asked me one precision agriculture question. You asked me questions on my hobby, that is drone, and you also asked me about my certifications that I did, the financial inclusion thing. So that I did, and fortunately, all 3 questions came in the interview. I still remember you told me the definition of precision agriculture, that is right input at right place at right time in right amount using right technology. That thing. So the ma'am asked me that question, and I just uttered this definition in front of her, and she was impressed. She nodded her head at first time in the entire interview, and yeah, that made a change. So that was the only thing. And one more thing I want to add: people forget one very important thing, and that is, people are not going that extra step forward for getting this job. See, the certifications of various from various institutes like IIBF or suppose ADBI. I did with ADBI, Asian Development Bank Institute. That certificate course is just for 40 minutes or 50 minutes. You should do that. That certificates really change the entire course of your interview. And filling of DAF. You also helped me while filling my DAF. I told you that I have this certification in my list. So where should I add it? So you told me to add it in the hobbies section, like hobbies and extracurricular, and what you want to tell us about yourself. In that section, I added it, and ma'am took it. The chairman lady, the ma'am, that she took it from there, and she asked my first question from there itself. So yeah, that really changes the entire path of your interview, and it comes in your area. So that is it.
Yeah, and it sets the right platform, right? How the interview will revolve if you have something extra in your CV. And definitely, Ashish, I try to help the candidates whenever the experienced panels interview is over, right? And some students call me and ask me that I want some additional. So because last year, previous year, I used to only take the mock. This year we had a special, right, panel from the NABARD who were taking mock at C4S. But after that, also, if somebody, a student like you, I try to help it out and give them maximum from whatever I can do so that they can get the final call. And last, my question would be to you, Ashish, would be what suggestion, the 3 suggestions would you like to give to the candidate of this year?
Okay, sir. So this suggestion, sir, I would. There is a lot of academic guidance available out there. So, there is a lot of wisdom out there. So I would not give any academic suggestions as such, but I will give some other suggestions. 3 suggestions, as you told. So the first one is that you should take care of your health. That is the first and foremost suggestion from my side to everyone. Because if your health is not well, if you're not keeping well with your health, then clearing this exam or any other thing, that will be the last thing that you will think of. So that you won't be thinking of anything apart from your health if your health is deteriorating day by day. So that is one thing. The other thing is that you should keep your social circle very limited. Only 2 3 meaningful friends might suffice. And the journey of this exam is kind of following the trajectory of a sinusoidal wave. So there are ups and downs. So in the downs phase, you need someone to you need someone with you. So that is the thing. And the third suggestion would be to refrain from indulging in various Telegram discussions, the debates and discussions that are going on Telegram. So you should not keep following them, and you should stay away from that. I think these are the suggestions from my side, and this will go a long way in helping the candidates.
Right, that's a very good thing. Again, I would say the golden words I would say that keep your social circle limited. That is a very meaningful three words, but very impactful and powerful words that right helps it to introspect and take the things in the right direction and stay away from the unnecessary chit chats and especially in the Telegram groups, which are basically by most of the anonymous peoples writing something and something and
Yeah.
deviating the most of the students. So that is a very good suggestion. So with all this, I would like to wish you best of luck for all your futures. And thank you for giving us the time, Ashish, for speaking with us and giving out some of the very important things you have told, and it will help definitely the aspirants. So with this, best of luck, Ashish, for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.